What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to do a quick recap of Week 7 college football games. But if you haven't, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, it really helps out my channel, and it helps me grow as a content creator. Well, it was a wild week, guys, in college football. Week 7 had a lot of good matchups, a lot of matchups with a lot of unbeaten teams, and a lot of things went down this week, guys. And we'll just look at the games that went on. Of course, I'm going to start with my team, Alabama. We lost to Tennessee in a shootout, guys, 52-49. And what can I say? Tennessee did a heck of a job. Hendon Hooker is definitely should be in the Heisman race. He had a phenomenal day, guys, passing the ball. I'm going to look at his stats. Yeah, he threw for 385 yards for 5 touchdowns, guys. Just we couldn't get no pressure on him all game, guys. He had a clean pocket for the most part. Jalen Hyatt at wide receiver had a phenomenal day. Like I said, 207 yards with 5 touchdowns. We could not stop this guy. I'm gonna do a video about that situation later on, but yeah, Tennessee did a heck of a job, guys. Jalen Wright had 71 yards. Jabari Small had 53 yards and a touchdown. Fant had a touchdown. So Tennessee did their job, guys. Tennessee's for real offensively. Of course, they would say, their defense is not that good. They got shredded by Bryce Young, even though he was coming back from an injury. But other than that, Tennessee, you got to be able to score with them, guys. If you can't, you won't have no chance against them. You got to be able to slow that offense down, and it's very, very hard to stop. But congrats to Tennessee. They did a really, really good job. My Alabama Crimson Tide got a lot of work to do, to be in contention for the playoffs. But I expect we'll get it fixed. But another game that went on, of course, Georgia beat Vanderbilt 55-0. Georgia pretty much, did what they were supposed to do. We all expected Georgia to win this game. Stetson Bennett threw for 289 yards and had 2 touchdowns, so he did a heck of a job. Carson Beck came in, got 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, so they threw for 4 touchdowns, guys. Very good. Dijon Edwards, he had a touchdown. Kenny McIntosh had a touchdown. They both got almost. Edwards got 49 yards. McIntosh got 43 yards and a touchdown. Jones got a touchdown as well with 36 yards. So Georgia looks like the #1 team in the country. They have a very, very good defense, and their offense is clicking. It's picking back up, like how it was in the first game against Oregon. So definitely a team you got to look out for. Reigning champs, they're doing their part with their team. Next team I'll talk about, let me see. Yeah, Clemson. Clemson beat Florida State. They beat them 34-28. Really good game. DJ Ugule threw for 203. Got 3 touchdowns. Will Shipley had 121 yards. He didn't receive a touchdown, though. The only rushing touchdown was DJ Ugule. He had 26 yards and a touchdown. But Antonio Williams, 76 yards and a touchdown receiving. And Davis Allen, he got a touchdown as well. So Clemson got 3 passing touchdowns, and they got 1 rushing touchdown. But Clemson continues to win, guys. You got to give them credit. It may not be pretty or up to the standards that they used to be, but Clemson is doing their job. They're winning games, and they definitely should be a team to look out for this season. They're definitely making their case in the ACC. Another game to look at, Michigan. Michigan beat Penn State, a really good Penn State team. Michigan beat them 41-17. I know that running back, Blake, what's his name? Blake Corum, beast of a player. He got 166 yards with 2 touchdowns. But actually, Edwards, I don't know his first name, but Edwards, he had 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. Michigan basically ran the ball on Penn State, guys. Wow, I'm looking at the stats. They got 418 rushing yards, guys. That's whew. They ran all over Penn State. Passing wise, McCarthy, he had 145 yards. You know, he didn't record a passing touchdown, but dang, Michigan just completely destroyed Penn State on the ground, guys. That's very impressive. Penn State is no slouch on defense at all, neither, guys. So that's eye popping for that. Michigan is now 7-0. Penn State falls to 5-1, but very, very good win for Michigan. You know, who else played? Like I said, Tennessee beat us. I expect them to move up in the rankings. USC lost to Utah. Utah pulled out the victory, guys, 43 to 42. Southern Cal's, you know, getting up a lot of points, but you know, let's see, Caleb Williams, he threw for 381 with 5 touchdowns, so he had a very, very good day. Travis Dye, he had 76 yards and a touchdown, one of the best running backs in the league. Very, very good running back. They fell short, though. Cameron Rising threw for 415 and had 2 touchdowns. He's also the leading rusher. He had 60 yards with 3 touchdowns. So then Bernard had 37 yards and a touchdown. So Utah, definitely a good team. I mean, a lot of people was thinking they was going to be the team to come out the Pac-12. And they're definitely making the case. They still have UCLA over there. And like I said, Southern Cal played them pretty well. You know, it was a high-scoring matchup. But Utah pulled off the victory. They was ranked number 20. I expect them to move up. Expect Southern Cal to fall just a little bit, maybe not too far. They definitely have a talented team. Like I said, between USC and Utah and UCLA, you don't know who's going to come out. And then you got Oregon still. So the Pac-12 definitely has a lot of contenders in there. We'll go to the next team. Let's see. Yeah, TCU pulled it out. I thought Oklahoma State was going to get the victory, but TCU was able to beat Oklahoma State. Max Duggan, let me see how many yards he threw for. Yeah, he threw for 286 with 2 touchdowns. Condre Miller, he had a good day. He had 104 yards for 2 touchdowns. Max Duggan had a 57 yards with a touchdown. So TCU, definitely a team to look out for. Quentin Johnston, he had 8 receptions for 180 yards and a touchdown. So, and then Jared Wiley had a touchdown. So TCU, like I said, the Pac-12 and the Big 12, it's a lot of competition going on in there. And a lot of teams, you don't know who's going to come out, in the end. Like I said, you still got TCU out there. You have Kansas State. Did they play today? I don't know. But speaking of Big 12, Oklahoma got a victory against Kansas, 52-42. Greatly needed win for Oklahoma. This year, Kansas was a pretty good team. They was ranked number 19, and Oklahoma was able to get the victory. From what I saw, I believe, Dylan Gabriel played. Yeah, he played. Yes, he had a heck of a day, guys. 403 passing yards for 2 touchdowns. Definitely came back with a statement win. Eric Gray had 176 yards with 2 touchdowns. Javonte Barnes, 69 yards with 2 touchdowns. Oklahoma definitely stepped up in this game. Marvin Mims, 106 yards. Braden Willis, 102 yards and a touchdown. Theo Weiss, everybody on that team showed out this game, guys. Oklahoma definitely needed this win and get some momentum in the program. Took a couple of bad losses, but it's good for Oklahoma to bounce back. You got to be optimistic. They still have Brent Venables as the head coach, and we all know he's a defensive mind. I know. Just give them time. Oklahoma will get there. I promise you they will get there. Who's next? Ole Miss beat Auburn 48-34. Auburn was in this game. They put some drives together to get some points. I'm gonna see how many total yards of offense they got. Yeah, Auburn was able to get 441. They was able to get 301 rushing yards on Ole Miss. Ole Miss definitely have to step up their rush defense. Auburn was only able to pass for 140, so they did good as far as that. But yeah, Auburn was playing with them, making it a game, but Ole Miss was just too good offensively. Ole Miss was able to get 578 total. They got 130 passing and they got 448 rushing. So Ole Miss, like I said, primarily rushing team, and they're still undefeated, guys. If I'm not mistaken, they're the only undefeated team in the West. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Ole Miss got to be on. Yeah, Ole Miss team. We got to play on the road. That's going to be a dangerous game for Alabama, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Lane Kiffin got the Lane train rolling, so we definitely going to have to watch out for them. Who else played? Syracuse beat North Carolina State 24-9. That was a very, very good game. Let's see, Syracuse. Yeah, Schrader. He only had 210 yards for 2 touchdowns, and Tucker, he got 96 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, North Carolina State, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if their quarterback didn't play this game, so it might have had some of the things to do with them not winning this game. But Syracuse got a good win over North Carolina State. I'm not sure the situation with them. I don't know what happened with them, but that was a shocker. So Kentucky beat Mississippi State. I thought Mississippi State was going to get the victory. Kentucky beat them 27-17. But like I said, Kentucky got a good defense, guys. I knew that going into the game, but I just thought Mississippi State was on a roll and they was able to win the game. But don't get it twisted. Mississippi State's still a good team. We play them next, and as an Alabama fan, I'm nervous because we got a lot of things we need to work on our defense. But yeah, Will Rogers threw for 203 yards and a touchdown. Total yards for the team, Mississippi State was able to get, 10. Kentucky did a really good job. They held Mississippi State to 225 total offense. Yeah, Kentucky completely shut them down. Only 203 passing and 22 rushing yards for Mississippi State. Mississippi State was doing a very good job this year of running the ball. Kentucky completely shut that down. You got to give credit to Mark Stoops, defensive-minded coach. He did a heck of a job shutting down Mike Leach's offense. Kentucky was able to get 478 total offense. They got 239 in the air and 239 rushing and 239 passing. So look at the individual stats. Yeah, Kentucky. Let's see, Chris Rodriguez. Yeah, Chris Rodriguez had an awesome day. 196 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. Kentucky is glad to get him back. He's definitely a game changer for them. Will Levis threw for 230 yards and a touchdown, so he was able to play. And Kentucky, even though it got 2 losses, they're bouncing back, guys. Definitely a team to look out for in the SEC East. Tennessee looking really, really good. Kentucky got a good defense, and they got a good quarterback in Will Levis. And definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in the SEC East. Like I say, you still got Georgia over there, Tennessee, Kentucky. It's going to be a race to see who comes out on top. But Kentucky got 2 losses, and Tennessee is undefeated, and Georgia is undefeated. So I guess it's going to come down to Georgia and Tennessee. But anybody can lose in the SEC as a whole. So you got to watch your back in each conference. Let's see who else played. We also got Texas beat Iowa State. Iowa State played Texas pretty good, but Texas got the victory 24-21. Let me see, Quinn Ewers. Yeah. He threw for 172 with 3 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy had 72 yards with 2 touchdowns. Jay Whittington had a touchdown. So Bijan Robinson had 135 yards. Very good day on the ground running. They got 191 total yards rushing. So very, very good game. Texas was able to pull it out. Iowa State, you know, Deckers, he had 329 total yards and 2 touchdowns. So they was able to pass on Texas, but it's a low scoring game. Texas got the victory, and they continue to look good. Uh, Interesting. It's a lot of good teams out there with 2 losses already, but they're improving as the season goes on. Just like I was talking about Kentucky, but Texas, they're doing their thing. They're winning out, so that's good. Miami beat Virginia Tech, 20-14. Like I said, Miami. Yeah, Tyler Van Dyke, he threw for 351 with 2 touchdowns. He had a good day. They didn't have a good day rushing as a whole. They got over 107 yards rushing, but no one player really stood out. Jalen Knighton was the lead rusher. He had 27 yards. So definitely going to have to watch out, see what Miami does. I mean, I know Miami already has some tough losses and everything, but definitely a team we're going to have to look out for on the rise, I guess, they're going to have to get it together, give them time with new head coach, Mario Cristobal. But it's good to get a victory. It's always good to get victory. So who else played? Arkansas beat BYU 52-35. It's good to get KJ Jefferson back for the game. He threw for 367 yards with 5 touchdowns. Raheem Sanders had 175 yards with 2 touchdowns. Arkansas got 277 yards on the ground. Very, very good victory for Arkansas over BYU team that can be, team that can be, stingy and be able to play you well. But it's a good victory, for Arkansas. Definitely a team on the rise. Sam Pittman is doing a heck of a job. All these teams are going to get better as time goes, man. And just stick with the guys you got, and they'll definitely be on the rise. Who else played? Michigan State beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin has been a kind of a disappointment this year. I know they fired their head coach and everything like that, Paul Crisp. So Wisconsin's kind of, on a rebound trying to get back together. But Michigan State, Thorne, he threw for 265 with 2 touchdowns. And then Jay Reed jumped in there. He had 25 yards and a touchdown. Berger, he had 59 yards and a touchdown. And Collins had 43 yards and a touchdown. So a good win for Michigan State, a team that's been struggling, the last couple of, games or so and going into last year. But Mel Tucker got a good win against Wisconsin. At this point, when a team is struggling, it's best to get as much wins as possible. It bodes well for the program. And for the most part, y'all, that pretty much it, as far as the ranked teams. And LSU, Florida. Yeah, LSU got the victory, 45-35. I predicted LSU to get the victory. They definitely showed up offensively in this game. Jaden Daniels threw for 349 yards for 3 touchdowns. Very, very much improved. Williams got 106 yards. He didn't record a touchdown, but Jaden Daniels had 44 yards with 3 touchdowns. So, like I said, Jaden Daniels continues to be the guy on the offense for LSU. He definitely stepped up his game and passing on Florida. Let me see. Florida was able to get Anthony Richardson was only able to get 185 yards and a touchdown. So he was also a leading rusher with 109 yards and a touchdown. Johnson Jr. got 57 yards and a touchdown, and then ETN got 28 yards and a touchdown. So Florida was able to get 4 rushing touchdowns, and they continue to struggle, passing the ball down the field with Anthony Richardson. So LSU got the victory there against their crossover rival in the SEC East. And Butte got 115 yards. Jenkins got 67 yards and a touchdown. Thomas Jr. got a touchdown. Emory Jr. got a touchdown. So, yeah, Jaden Daniels definitely stepped up for LSU guys in this passing game, and huge win for LSU. You know, always getting a victory over your rival is good. And like I said, for the most part, that's it. Did I cover everybody? Um, yeah, for the most part, yeah, I pretty much cover everybody, I believe. Like I said, Kentucky, TCU, yeah, that's pretty much everybody. Like I said, like I said, week 7 was a good football week, guys, and like I said, some upsets there that happened. Um, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, a good week of college football, a lot of football to be played left, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. You know, who's going to be the top 4 in the end. You know, a lot of stuff is going on, and every competition in each conference is, any team can lose at any point. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But what do you guys think? You know, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, guys, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.